Hey, loves, Lee Brandy Johnson here with this week's installment of Woke Wednesday Live. As you can see in the title, today's topic is going to be Can't Fix What You Won't Acknowledge. So, welcome. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday, and I missed this part last week, but I'm bringing it right back. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and if not, be grateful anyhow because you got to see the day. So, what do I mean by can't fix what you won't acknowledge? Well, what I mean, to be perfectly honest and straightforward, is if you find yourself repeating certain mistakes, encountering the same types of situations over and over and over again, it's time to acknowledge that you're the common denominator and maybe something needs to change. But in order for that thing to change, or set of things, whatever it might be, you have to acknowledge that perhaps there is missing information, incomplete information, or completely flawed information. So, how this applies in my life is I've encountered people that I've allowed, and this is the change. This is the change that has occurred in me. I've allowed to misuse what I have to offer, whether it be monetarily, whether it be time, whether it be, I don't know, borrowing my car. I literally had somebody borrow my car that was using it to sell drugs, unbeknownst to me. Luckily, I've outgrown all of that, but it took a while. It took a lot of repeating the same mistake until, ding, ding, it's this person right here. We need to adjust this. So when I started taking accountability and acknowledging the problems that I had in my life, not to say I don't have problems now, but there are different kinds of problems now that I am better able to deal with, right? But back to the topic at hand. When you find yourself in similar situations and there's situations that you don't like, whether it's, I don't know, bad relationships. They could be friendships, they could be family relationships, they can be romantic relationships, whatever it might be. Typically, in all relationships, we are the people that are always involved in the relationship, which means we are the common denominator. So when you understand this and you understand things go sideways, you don't like it, and it's always you involved, normally it's time to take a step back. Understand the way that we think, understand our thought processes, understand the actions we take or reactions that we have to certain things. When we start to acknowledge that about ourselves, we can then pinpoint the habits or reflexes in some cases that lead us to repeat some of the same mistakes that we could easily avoid if we just did a little bit of self-reflection. So, again, we come back to you can't fix what you won't acknowledge. This goes for family situations. So you come from a family that there's a whole lot of, let's call it, alcohol abuse. Grandfather was a drunk, father was a drunk, uncles are drunks, and you assume by default, because it runs in the family, you're going to be a drunk. No, no, no. You have to acknowledge that your family possibly has a problem with drinking. But when you acknowledge the problem, you can then think of a possible solution, which is either going to be avoiding drinking altogether if you know that people in your family are prone to abusing alcohol, or assuring that you are very disciplined about your alcohol consumption. So, knowing what I know about my family, I am a moderate drinker. I don't do drunk. I do pleasantly tipsy. And once I hit pleasantly tipsy, I come back down and I stay down for the most part. Depending on the occasion, I might drink a little bit. I might say buzzed for a longer period of time, but I don't do drunk because I know what I know about my family's leanings towards the abuse of alcohol. And there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that, because in order to change it, you must first acknowledge that there is possibly an issue. Same goes with drug use, if you know you come from a family that abuses drugs, um, and it's just my opinion, of course. If you're somebody that enjoys weed, I don't personally see weed as like a horrible drug, but like meth, stuff like that, those are typically things to be avoided in most circles. But to each his own. If you get a kick out of it, use it moderately. Make sure you keep it under control and know when you're getting out of control. Something that I learned reading, I want to say it was Darren Hardy, and it was either The Compound Effect or The Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, one of the two. But basically he was saying, you know that you have a vice if you are unable to abstain from it for 30 days or more. So if you can't go 30 days or more without drinking, if you can't go 30 days or more without smoking, if you can't go 30 days or more without smoking weed or doing some type of other illicit drug, that's usually an indication that you have a problem and it's time to nip it in the bud before it gets out of control. So that's the reason why I brought up this topic today. I myself had a habit of constantly pointing fingers and playing the victim in several occurrences throughout my life. And it's when I took control back and realized, like, you have a choice to pay attention and acknowledge and call certain things as they are, to remove yourself from certain situations before you set yourself up to be hurt. You know how the saying goes, first time it occurs, shame on them. For second time, shame on whoever. Third time, you just being a dang fool. And that's probably not how it actually goes, but that's how it goes in my mind today. That's something you have to acknowledge. You have to acknowledge when you're being an enabler to the nonsense in your own life. So I hope this topic has helped somebody today. I hope you guys got a little bit of entertainment out of me mixing up whatever the shame on them, shame on you, shame on us phrase. As you can tell, I'm in a bit of a goofy mood, but yeah, it's very important to acknowledge when you are the common denominator, and maybe it's you that needs to change. Maybe you need to remove yourself from certain circles. Maybe you need to do some maturing. Maybe you need to learn how to think on a higher level to avoid certain things. And that's okay. Because at one point in time, it was always me. And now I'm to a point that you got to acknowledge what's what sometimes in order for things to change. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. Have no shame in it when you take a step back and it's like, I'm effing up. Okay? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I thoroughly encourage you to do it. And if you need help reflecting on some things, pinpointing where you might need to make some changes, your big Sister Queen is right here, all right? Reach out. My DM is open. If I can't help you, I got several queens and even a few kings that can. And when I say kings and queens, I mean everyone. I don't care your color, your creed, your ethnicity. I don't care about none of that. If you need help, if you're looking to make a change, if you're ready to get over the nonsense, let the low level thinking go and level up, we here. So, Malak, thank you so much, bro, for joining me. Elaine, thank you for joining me. Kim, my loves, thank you for jumping on. Eddie DeYoung, thank you for jumping on, sir. And Tina, Miss Tina, thank you, Queen, for jumping on here and joining me for this brief moment. Hello, Antoinette Marie. Hello. Thank you for jumping on. The replay, of course, will be available shortly. And if you haven't noticed, I have started taking my videos off of Facebook and loading them to YouTube. So if you missed the live and they somehow disappear on my timeline, I will be sharing the YouTube links onto my business page each week. So I record on Wednesday. Well, I record on Thursday too now. But on Wednesdays, I will actually load that video onto YouTube on Thursdays and release them by about midday or so every Thursday if you happen to miss me live on Wednesdays. All right? Thank you, Malak. I love you guys so much too. You guys are absolutely wonderful. I hope that you are enjoying the multiple faces of the Brandy Johnson. There's going to be a lot more to come. 2020 is about to be amazing. My big bro, William King Hollis, and I are going to get together on some things. I am extremely excited about that partnership. And of course, I will be sharing the Level Up book. It's Level Up, the handbook to unleash your greatness. I myself will not be selling, but I will be pointing you to people who are selling the book when they are available. You will be seeing some of my kings and queens that are partnered with me on that book, that are also a part of that book, coming on here and sharing a little bit about themselves. You will be able to see me on a couple of their lives. Absolutely, Antoinette Marie. And Kim, you know I'm going to tell it all. I'm past that point of being self-conscious and wondering who I am. I am for my queens that come from the bottom. That's who I'm for. And everybody else, like when I reach to the bottom, everybody else benefits as well. So that's who I'm focused on. That's who I'm going to stay focused on. And the rest of you that have been along for the journey, that are still growing and getting something out of this, I absolutely enjoy that as well. So, loves, that is all I have for you for this Woke Wednesday Live. I hope that you will join me tomorrow for Real Talk Thursdays, where I'm going to share the decision that I made not to join a gang. I know that's crazy to think that this person right here literally gave serious consideration to joining a gang, but when you come from where I come from, it's like these kind of things make sense for a little while when you're a little bit younger and dumber, all right? So I'm going to share that experience. Hello, Siobhan. Thank you for jumping on, sis. And I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I'm going to get clearer about the schedules and the different things going on, so just bear with me. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow for Real Talk Thursday. And if I miss you tomorrow, these videos are going to be coming onto my business page, so you can click on them anytime. And yeah, I'm going to keep it rolling, y'all. Much love. See y'all next time. Bye.